Remember Doctor Who?
Who?
The once beloved British sci-fi series that captivated sci-fi nerds for more than 4 decades. Of course, no longer the case. It's more like a dead carcass on the side of the road.
Put a chick in it, make her gay!
Well, producer Russell T Davies says that Doctor Who was meant to be an alternative to the very masculine,
What?
very straight,
What?
very testosterone-y, other mainstream sci-fi franchises. I'm Jazz Borganzo on this. So you're saying Doctor Who was always meant to be gay?
Excuse me, it's ma'am. Know why you're gay? Because you like Asia.
That's why you went broke, you're going broke, and now you're a fucking joke.
We don't give a fuck.
But it's what's next. What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Jazz Borganzo, what's next? Your daily dose. Hope you guys are feeling good today on this Wednesday. Well, all the videos I've seen and all the posts I've seen over the last, give or take, 10, 12 hours, especially with Superman early release, a lot of people have gotten to see it. They've made reviews about it. They talked about it, non-spoilers, what have you. I haven't seen Superman yet, so I'm not going to, pass judgment until I see it. But we can pass judgment on this. Remember Doctor Who? Doctor Who, the once beloved British sci-fi series that captivated sci-fi nerds. I won't say I'm a sci-fi nerd, but I watched my fair share of sci-fi over the years, for a number of decades. Of course, as we've seen over the last 3 to 5 years, Doctor Who has become a joke, and it's going broke because it went woke. You like that, huh? Why? Well, because of the stupidity of one Russell T Davies, who was brought back to reinvigorate, to revitalize, to re-energize the series. But no, first they decided to put a woman as Doctor Who, and ratings tanked. And now decided to go gay, and it tanked. But according to Russell T Davies, Doctor Who was always meant to be of the gayness, to counteract the very straight, very masculine, very testosterone-y, as he likes to put it, other mainstream sci-fi franchises. Oh, really now? Well, this coming out of Bounding in the Comics. Russell T Davies says Doctor Who provides alternative to very straight, very masculine, very testosterone-y mainstream sci-fi franchises. Oh, so mainly normal. Okay. And of course, that is the current Doctor Who. Dr. Ncuti Gatwa said goodbye in his short existence. Of course, no one gave a fuck. According to showrunner Russell T Davies, one of his main goals was, in his return, to return Doctor Who to what embraced the BBC series identity as an alternative to the more male-centric sci-fi franchises enjoyed by all mainstream audiences. I'm not going to say some. I'm not going to say a few. I'm not going to say maybe all. I'm going to go full all. Davies, who revived the series and helmed its production from 2005 to 10 before returning in 2021 to write its thus far pair of Disney-produced seasons. Yes, it's now Disney-owned, so there you go. Spoke to his creative intent for the 15th Doctor Who Adventures during a recent interview given to the host by UK-based media outlet Your Manchester by drag queen Belinda Scandal. Oof. I'm not going to show the whole thing, I'm just going to show this clip.
It's been really prevalent within your lives, and that is, of course, Doctor Who.
Doctor Who? God,
I mean,
the funny thing is, you see, Doctor Who has a lot of gay fans. And I always thought that was an exclusively Doctor Who thing. But the interesting thing is, when I was back in 1998, when I set out to write queries for 1997, I thought, well, I've got a 15-year-old gay character. I better go meet some gay youth. Some young people to find out how they talk.
Yes, go meet some gay youths.
And bear in mind, gay youth groups then was a much more rare thing. It took a bit of finding, and it took a bit of trust to be allowed in as well. So I did that, only to discover that they were all Star Trek fans. Because Doctor Who was off air. So it was a very sad moment in my life to realise, it's not Doctor Who, it's science fiction. It's the escapism of science fiction. When Doctor Who's off air, they were all into the next generation.
And what about for you, though? I mean, why was Doctor Who appealing to you?
I mean, I don't know. I do know. I think...
Gee, could the reason why these gay youths felt more comfortable watching Star Trek TNG is because of the strong male-centric presence of Picard and Riker? and Worf and Data and Geordi. No. Couldn't have been that. Couldn't have been that the show was better produced, better written, better acted. No. It couldn't have been those things.
I think there's something more.
Who was your doctor?
Eh?
Who was your doctor?
Well, really, Tom Baker.
Right.
I was 11 when Tom Baker came in, and at the age of
Yes, Tom Baker, the straight Doctor Who. Anyway, we're going to keep moving on here because he's just going to go yada, yada, yada. Amidst the larger conversation regarding the alphabet bent on the body of work, Davies was meant by an observation from the host that his recent Doctor Who series tapped into the proper alphabet side of everything, to which he claimed that he was only bringing out something that was always there. Yes, Doctor Who was always of the gayness. Okay. I think it was nudging like 1% in that direction, he told Scandal. But again, it's 2025, and you also have to look what others are doing. I feel a lot of other sci-fi franchises are very straight, very masculine, very testosterone-y, and so that's our space. I do think that's where Doctor Who can fill a space. You mean by also being straight? No. We can't have that. On this topic, Davies was later asked by Scandal why he was so supportive of the alphabet community, a question he answered by admitting, because I am. And I actually think it's getting worse. I think it's getting tougher. Do you remember a few years ago when we had the arrogance to sort of say, oh, why do all these big companies support Pride? They're not our allies. They're not our allies. We were arrogant. Now they're dropping out. It's like, you idiots. Exactly. Corporate knows, shit's hitting the fan. And they're backing away. All of them. Well, practically all of them. Quote, at the time I used to say, any bank or business that supports the alphabet, someone sat in the boardroom and defended us. It's our rights. And our rights and someone on the boardroom. No, let's not do it. And someone won the argument and they're supporting us. Don't ever criticize an ally. Don't ever criticize someone who's given money to sponsor doing something. Look at them pulling out now. We're going, where are they? Where are they? Because they're getting scared. No, because they're getting smart. They know that supporting the Alphabet Alliance doesn't make money. And what does business in the bottom line do? What are they supposed to do? What is their bottom line? To make the green. And Alphabet doesn't make green. They're getting scared of the whole trans argument. Yes, that trans mental argument that doesn't exist. Exactly. Quote, I'm seeing in my own lifetime, I backlash I never thought. Well, actually, that's not true. I always thought our rights were paper thin, to be absolutely honest. And if you look at my writing of the past 30 years, it's always been there. And there's a belief that these paper thin rights can be taken away with one vote, with one prime minister, certainly with one president. That's happening now. It's literally happening to us. Take Harvey Milk's name off a ship of the American Navy. You can't be more petty or more nasty or more hateful towards us. No, because Milk was a pedo. He dealt in pedoista. Just saying. It's called facts. So the fight is on. I think it's disgusting. I think it's disguised as a trans fight. It's actually after all of us. And you literally see it heating up day by day by day. My thoughts. It goes on a little bit further, but I really don't care. Because at the end of the day, Doctor Who was never meant to be gay. Sorry. Every actor who's played it over the decades can tell you as much. The stories, even when you got there, when you first helmed them in 2005 to 2010, what did you write stories about? A masculine Doctor Who taking charge and kicking ass and running out of bubblegum. That's exactly what it. Now, of course, it's all in the British fare, and unlike Star Trek, unlike Star Wars, and like that, where there are clear definitions of strength, masculinity, leadership. It doesn't have to be male, it can be women leadership as well, but you get where I'm going. So it seems that Russell Davies doesn't get it through his head. It's not sinking in. Someone needs to hit him a little harder through that thick skull of his that the whole alphabet nonsense is nonsense and it's being pushed to the side. Corporates are not running scared. They're running smart because they know that alphabet doesn't sell. That's why you don't see gay leading men in movies. That's why you don't see gay leading men in series until the series gets tanked. Why? Or a series goes it tanks because it went woke. And that's exactly what Doctor Who did. It went woke, it was going broke, and now those who loved the franchise for decades, even the newbies who liked Doctor Who, are not going to the Doctor Who with a woman in it. They're not going with the Doctor Who who's gay in it. No. They're going back to the classic Who's. The proof is in the pudding. And until Doctor Who gets canceled, well, of course it can't get canceled because it's funded by the BBC. It's state funded. Well, I'm sorry, I can't really say that anymore because Disney owns it. But like I said earlier, Disney owns it. So there you go. And with that being said, I'm Jasper Gonzo. This is What's Next. Want to see more like this? Please leave a comment below. Like it, share, subscribe to it. Hit that notification bell so you guys never miss a thing. Continue spreading the word about the show. Appreciate you guys watching as always. And we'll see you next time. Peace.